your girl Kiryaoni, and I'm back with another video. So friends, today we are going to be making this extravagant looking, glorious, unique lamp. Okay, it's gonna be a ostrich palm tree lamp. I don't even know if you can call it a palm tree for real. I immediately thought palm tree when I saw it because it has feathers. It has ostrich feathers. But if you look at the pictures, and I'll insert it right here, you guys will see that like it has like a tree trunk, like a small tree trunk. So I was like, that's not how palm trees look. But today, if I say palm trees, if I say ostrich lamp, if I say Nordic lamp, it just is what it is, okay? It just is what it is. So everything that I needed came in today, and so we're gonna be doing a little something. I wanna show you guys what it looks like just with the top alone, and then we're gonna do what we need to do to the bottom to make it look more like the picture, and I hope it turns out great and you guys like it. So come join me on this journey and we shall get started. All right, you guys, so this is my lamp, okay? I got my camera set up here because, you know, we about to get into it, honey. But this is what it look like. It's just a basic, the basic lamp that everybody has from like Target or Walmart. Yeah, I don't know, I don't remember which one, but either way, this is what we're working with. So first thing we're gonna have to do is shorten the lamp. So what you're gonna wanna do is take out your light bulb, and then we're going to remove all of the fixtures, shorten it, and then we can start and transform this into our ostrich slash palm tree slash, I don't know, Nordic style lamp. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, so first things first, before you start anything, unplug your lamp, okay? I will say it one more time for the people in the back. Unplug your lamp, all right? Okay, so now we can start disassembling our lamp. So we're gonna wanna unscrew this little silver bit that allows you to turn the lamp on and off. We're gonna unscrew the plastic cap that houses our light socket, and then we're gonna unscrew the uppermost portion of our lamp because we need to make it shorter, and we also wanna access the cord so that we can push it up so it's easier for us to access our light socket. So this is what the light socket looks like. It comes right out, and you'll see when you pull it up, it has something that's called an underwriter's knot. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our screwdriver to unscrew the light socket so we can access it. And now we have our wire. So like you see the knot right there. That's an underwriter's knot. So undo that knot and then screw off another one of those poles. So you're gonna wanna take off two, because if you only take off one, then both of the male parts will be showing and then you won't be able to screw it into each other. So now I'm showing you guys the difference between the ground wire and the hot wire. The ground wire, which is what I'm showing you guys right now, it has a ridged side, right? It has grooved edges, and sometimes it has a stripe on it. That is the grounded wire or neutral wire, and that goes on the silver screw. And now this is the other side right here, and it's the smooth side, and that goes on to the brass screw because it is the hot wire. So again, the smooth is the hot wire, goes on the brass screw, and then the groove, rib, or stripe side is the grounded or neutral side, and that goes on the silver screw. So if you don't feel comfortable, look it up or get an electrician to do it. I felt comfortable doing it. I literally DIY everything. I'm not opposed to learning a new skill. So that's what I did, and that ended up working out for me. So when you do it and when you put it back, don't forget to add the underwriter's knot again. I didn't show that. I forgot to do it on camera, and I didn't show it on camera, but I did go back and I added my underwriter's knot. And then after you do that, easy peasy, just re-screw everything back together. Put that little silver bit on, put the compartment that goes over the light socket, that cover, and screwing your light bulb, and now we can plug it in. Does it work? Yes, it does. So we're gonna do our little dance, and now we could go on to the next part. I got these, they're 18 inches, and so that's what we're gonna use. We're also going to be using a 3-in-1 adapter. Basically what it is, you just put your light bulbs in and you can move these joints right here. You can move them to any type of angle that you want. So I figured that it would be best for me to put it in this pattern. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the top part of our lamp. So the first thing I'm gonna do is trim the styrofoam, and I got this block from Dollar Tree, and I also got those little pucks underneath it from Dollar Tree. If you can get the spherical ones, definitely do that because it'll be a lot easier. You'll just have to cut it in half, but I didn't have that option, so that's why I'm doing this. And I want to make it circular so that it's easier with my placement of my feathers. So I cut the foam block in half because it was too tall after I trimmed it down. And so I trimmed it in half, and then we're going to glue it on top. And so now we can put on our feathers. So I separated my feathers and I used the longest one first. They are about 18 inches, I believe, but they do come in very lengths because, you know, these are natural feathers and they are sustainably sourced. So they're not all gonna be the exact same length. But I used the longest length first, and then I used the shortest length at the top. And I would recommend you use this as your base. Don't put in all of your feathers because you're gonna have to adjust it quite a bit. You'll see in a second. I put it on the lamp and it looked ugly, okay? It looked bad. So I had to adjust it, but don't worry, that's okay. Go ahead and adjust it. You wanna make sure that none of the feathers are touching the LEDs or anything like that, because we wanna make sure that this is safe. So now we have to build our apparatus for our plate and for our feathers to sit on top of. So now we're going to be using some clay, and this is air dry clay, and we're going to use that to mold our little base, okay? So go ahead and put that on there, and then I used 2 tower blocks that I got from the Dollar Tree, glued them together with some E6000, and then wrapped it up with electrical tape. And then I used a leveler to make sure that the surface is even, because the middle of the 3-in-1 thingy, of the 3-in-1 light socket, it does come to a point, so we want to make sure that it's level. And if you do have the option to use a flat surface like tile instead of carpet, go ahead and do that, because you want to make sure that this is level, okay? The top is not super heavy, but it does have some weight, so we want to make sure that it isn't shifted over to the side. So once we have all of that together, we're going to let it dry for at least 8 hours, and then we're going to put the plate on, and I'm using this clear plate because it's smaller and it fits the foam perfectly. And then we're gonna glue that down and leave that for another 8 hours. So you guys see, right? It looks crazy. So go ahead and adjust it. I didn't glue it down because I knew that I was gonna want to adjust it and do all these things. So go ahead and readjust your feathers, and then we can move on. Okay, so I pretty much listen, y'all, I apologize if the echo is ridiculous in here. Like I said, this is why we're doing these DIYs, so we can fill out my living room. So apologies if, you know, it's a little bit of echo, but listen, we gotta do what we gotta do. Now this is what the whole lamp looks like, right? You see it got this little thing here, this little pole, and this is what it looks like, just without adding anything else. If y'all want to go ahead and stop here, feel free. I'm a gold girl, so you know, if you guys want to, feel free to stop here, have this pole sticking down, and then spray paint it whatever your color you want it to be. Spray paint it your color of choice. Feel free. However, you know, y'all know me, and if y'all don't know me, now y'all know me. I have to make it as similar, or add some more texture, add some more something. So I am going to try to make this look more like the picture. And you might ask, well, Kyra, how are you gonna do that? I'm gonna tell you, sis. This is 2 pounds of clay. I don't know if it'll be enough. Hopefully it is. But what we're gonna do is we're going to, and this is air dry clay. I need to preface that because you're not gonna be sticking any of this in the oven, okay? We don't want to, we're not doing that. What we're gonna do with this clay is we're going to mold it on to our base and try to make it look like the picture. Okay, so now if you guys thought we transformed it before, we really transforming it now. Okay, so we're going to use our clay and we're going to mold it. Now, a couple of tips. Number 1, when you use clay, if you've ever worked with clay, you know that you have to use water to smooth it out. Use a teeny weeny bit of water, and again, make sure that your lamp is unplugged, okay? You can use a little bit of water if you want to. I found that this technique right now, using my hands and just kind of crunching it around after I apply it, it made it a texture that looked really similar to the picture. So that's the technique that I would recommend, because I'm not even gonna hold y'all, it looked really bomb, and I was surprised that that technique worked best. So we're gonna let that dry for 24 hours. Let your clay dry for at least 24, actually no, 48 hours. Let it dry for 48 hours. I let it sit for 2 days because we want to make sure that, again, everything is dry before we put on our gold leaf. So I told you guys I'm a gold girl, okay? And this is how we are adding the gold. All right, so we're going to be using some gold leaf, and if you want some more info of how I apply it, you can go ahead and check out my gold leaf painting video. And so we're just going to use some gold leaf, apply it onto the clay, and then just let it, just let it do its own thing, okay? If you guys want to spray paint it, I actually would recommend you spray painting this gold, because gold leaf is very thin, right? So it's gonna break up in some places. So I had to go over quite a few bit of places, but this packet that I got from Amazon is definitely more than enough, all right? It looks so good, and it comes with a lot. So if you guys were worried about not having enough, don't, you will. So again, use a little bit of Mod Podge. You don't have to really cover it too much, and just put the gold leaf over, and you'll see that it really does cling to it. And then after you finish with your gold leaf, you're gonna want to go ahead and coat it, do a final coat with Mod Podge, and do it very thin, okay? I had to go back in and add some more gold leaf because I added too much Mod Podge and it started to tarnish, okay? So if you don't want to coat it over, you don't have to. I wanted to, because if I moved it, I didn't want the gold leaf to come off, especially because I did not paint it underneath. So just make sure that you seal it. If you want to use like some clear spray paint, that's an option too, but I had Mod Podge, that's what I was working with, so that's what I used. And this is what it looks like, okay? Come on now, y'all. I think this is my best DIY to date. I've been wanting to do this DIY for so long, literally ever since I moved into my apartment. Like, this is pretty much a year ago, and I finally did it, and I'm so glad that I did. So this is what it looks like with the lights on. You guys saw earlier, I went ahead, and these are LED lights, so I can change it with my phone by just flicking it there. But I also wanted to show you guys that you can actually like pick the color. You don't have to just wave your phone over there, over to your lamp and stuff. You really don't have to do that. But I thought it was cool, so I just wanted to show you guys. I will link these lights below. However, I am planning on getting different lights because I don't know if you guys saw in the intro, but I do have a Google Home Mini, and so I want to be able to use my smart home to control my lights. So that's why I will be upgrading these lights to something different. But these lights are really cheap. They're from AliExpress. They work really good. I've had them for pretty much a year now, and I love it. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.